What's going on, folks? Thanks for tuning in. Some of y'all said you liked the magic tricks that I used to do. Most of them are, if not all of them, are on the bigger channel. So, and you asked me if I could do any more magic tricks. So yeah, I got one for you here. I just got a regular 100-watt light bulb. It's an LED, but it's just a regular light bulb. And I have no wires hooked to me or anything like that. But I take this light bulb, you see, and just screw it down into my hand and make it burn a little bit. So there you go, 100-watt light bulb. There again, I screw it down on my hand. I can show you it's just a regular LED 100-watt bulb. Well, welcome back, folks. Thank you for tuning in again today. We're trying to get things back on track here on this channel after everything that's happened. I'm sure you guys know about all that crap that went down here. Anyways, what I've got for you today is a little bit different, in a different place, obviously. I've got a very, very old Gibson Banjo. Now, you folks might be able to help me out with this. This is a RB250 Gibson Master Tone. There you can see the Master Tone. I know for a fact that my dad bought this banjo in March, either 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. I've still got the receipt, I can look it up. In 1959, that's when he bought it. He bought it brand new, and he's always had it. He gave it to me when I started playing banjo at age 4. Well, I was actually about 12 or 13 when he gave me this banjo. And I have since gave it to my son because he started playing. He plays rock and roll mostly, but he can play banjo. Anyways, we always thought it was a 59 model. Okay, I'll show you again the back of it. It's got the extra keys on it there. There's the neck. And here's what we're going to work on today. I'll show you that closer in a minute. Hopefully you guys will be able to help me out with this. I know for a fact he bought it in March of 1959, okay? Well, years and years later, we always thought it was a 59 model because that's when he bought it. Years and years later, what was the name of Elderly Brothers? Was it something like that? Bought Gibson's records or part of Gibson or something. Elderly Brothers, if I can say it. I think that's the name. Anyways, I called them and gave them the serial number off of this banjo, and they said it was a 1956 banjo was the actual model. They said back, you know, in that time, instruments sometimes laid around in stores for 2 or 3, 4, 5 years before they were purchased. And evidently that's what happened to this banjo. It was 3 years old when my dad bought it. It was brand new. He bought it from oddly enough, a jewelry store place, which is still open to this day. A little place in Richwood, West Virginia. Smithson's Jewelry, I think's the name of it. Anyways, they said, Elderly said it wasn't, it was normal, you know, for instruments set in a store for 2 or 3 years before it was purchased. Okay? And just recently, I got digging on Google the serial number for this banjo, and I never did find anything even close to it. I did find a few things, nothing really certain, and from what I could tell, the banjo is a 57 model. So I'm going to give you guys the number, and if you have any inside info you can share, I'm sure everybody who watches this would like to see it. The serial number is 7. It's an odd number too, and I know about the 1st and 5th digits in Gibson serial numbers. They don't work. They didn't do that back in 56 or 7 or 9 or whatever this thing is. Okay, serial number is 7-1465-1. Okay, that's 7-1465-1. Most of Gibson serial numbers don't even look like, don't have any dashes in them. I've heard that one was like maybe the first banjo in a batch of 12 that they did every day, or the 7 was maybe it's the 7th banjo of the 12 they did every day. They did them, I know, in batches of 12 for years. Gibson did. I don't know how they do it now, but this was years ago. Anyways, that's the serial number, 7-1465-1. If anybody can find anything on that, man, I would love to know. Like I say, from what I dug, it appeared to be a 1957 banjo. But who knows, man. Elderly Instruments, maybe that's what that company was that I called. Whoever it was, they bought a bunch of Gibson's records, or bought a part in Gibson or something. I don't even remember the story now. But they told me it was a 56. And like I say, from what I can tell, it's a 59, but who knows, man. It's in really good shape. Like I say, my dad played it about all his life until he gave it to me. Of course, you know, I used to play 12 and 18 hours every day, man, on this banjo right here. Alright, let me get you honed in here closer and I'll show you what we're going to do to it. Hold on. Now, I've taken the resonator off to make it a little bit easier to work on. And the problem is, there's where the neck goes. So, this part right here, where my fat belly has sweated on it over the years, there's a separation right here. It's not really a crack, but I can see bare wood there, and a little bit of wearing. There's some bare wood up here too. That's even worse. That needs to be sealed. Yeah, I can feel that with my fingernail too. Maybe if I hold it up there, I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. And right there too. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, that might be better. You can see it now, yeah. Right here. So what I'm going to do is drop some very fine, thin viscosity CA glue into that and just wipe it off. And that glue will run down in there everywhere it needs to go, and plus it will seal this finish back too. I don't know how much of that I'll show on camera. Right there is really a bad place. Oh, where's the camera, man? Everything's backwards. That's really bad right there. If I can get it turned right, maybe you can see it. Oh man, there you go. You can see it now. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to run some thin CA glue around all those places that I feel that it's not so bad down here, and just wipe it off. And like I say, that thin viscosity CA glue will run down in there. There is an openings there, and it's just where it's been against my body for so many years, you know. I mean, 1956, what is that? Makes the banjo 66, 67 years old, and it has been played. I refretted it once. Other than that, it's all original. The tailpiece, I changed that, and the 5th string key, I put a geared one in. It had one of the old friction keys in it, but I still have those parts, the original parts I took off of the banjo. Belt buckle rash a little bit there. If I hold that a certain way in the light, I'm sure you probably can see it. It's not bad though for a banjo that's 60 some years old. Alright, let me get the glue, find the things I gotta have, and we'll get right into this. Hold on. So I've wiped this thing down, tried to remove any wax or polish or anything on it. Both of these rings here, I can feel bare wood. I'll start with this one here. It's the biggest. I should probably put a nozzle on this glue, but I'm not going to, because it's pretty wide open. I had to, oh yeah, man. I had to force it open. course, I have to sand all this down. I'm probably not going to do it on video. Probably not. Now that's going to look crappy at first. Because like I say, I'll have to sand it down, polish it out. There you can start to see. Maybe rub most of it off like this. I'll still have to use sandpaper on it. Now that is sealed. It's just like we put finish over it. I don't know how well it's showing up in the camera. It's just like we put finish over that. And I'll have to, like I say, sand it down with some, probably about 12 or 1500 grit sandpaper. I got to go over this one, but I'm not going to do it on camera because I'm going to have to get in another position and something to hold the thing up that way to get it, the glue in there. Anyways, I just want to show you what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. And I'm not going to show the sanding on there. I got all kind of videos showing that already. But just by dropping that glue in there, it ran down in where it could go. And I wiped the excessive glue off. And like I say, that's sealed now. I don't have to worry about elements getting in there and making that get bigger, because that's exactly what would happen. You know, more sweat, polish, skin oil, whatever, it's going to get in there, would have got in there. But now it's just like it's got finish. You can use CA glue for finish repair, and it works good. I do it all the time. And like I say, I got plenty of videos already showing that. Hold on. So there's a few of the things I've been working on. When I have some more guitar repair work on the channel here coming up pretty soon. The thing's just been really slow, and like I say, I don't have to tell you all why. I think you probably already know that. And it's just tough, man, you know, getting back into the swing of things. Anyone who can let me know that about that banjo, if you can find out what year it is. The number again is 7-1465-1. So anything that you can find out about that, I would love to know about it. Stay tuned for more guitar stuff coming sooner than not. And learn to do this trick, and you'll never be in the dark, man. Cheers. I'll see you next time.